Things are going a bit crazy in Chicago this weekend because there are some incredible events going on, and I cannot wait to share them with you. So today is Saturday. We are here at Iron Gate Motor Condos for their first Cars and Coffee of the year. Now, I filmed this event in the past. I've actually have two of the previous events on the channel, so I won't go fully in depth as to a bunch of collections because you guys can just refer to some previous videos, but there's plenty of amazing stuff here that I would love to share with you guys. And then we're going to cut to tomorrow at Cold Brew Cars and Coffee, an event I've also covered in the past on the channel multiple times. You can go check out those videos here and just want to catch up, see what's going on. But there are a lot of new cars in the area this year, a lot of incredible things, and one very particularly incredible car that we will go check out in a minute inside of Chicago Motor Cars that is just super, super cool. And I can't wait to share it all with you guys. My name is Patrick, the King of Cars. Sit back, relax, and I hope you stick around. Now, as mentioned before, let's start off here at Chicago Motor Cars of Naperville because inside is a real heavy hitter, a real gem, and a car that is a real honor to see. Now, in the past, there have been many crazy cars in this showroom, but nothing as crazy as this. Now, this is the Chiron Pure Sport by Bugatti, of course, and I think it is my favorite Chiron model, owing to the fact that I think it just looks absolutely gorgeous. Much more aggressive than the normal Chiron, though the Chiron isn't really a normal car to begin with, but this car is essentially a driver's car version of the Chiron. It's not built for top speed. You can still go really fast in it. It still goes over 230 miles an hour, but look at that big wing in the back, and look at all the elements on the car that give it a lot more downforce. It's got a shorter gearing than the base Chiron, so it's just got to be an absolute ride to drive. And like I said before, this is my favorite Chiron variant. I think it looks absolutely spectacular. I can't say that it drives spectacular. I haven't driven one, at least yet, but this thing is just so cool. And getting to see this in the CMC showroom is absolutely mental. And behind that is a 911R, which is also really cool, and a pre-merger SL, which I absolutely just adore. But that is just the coolest thing. Love that car so much. And look at that full orange interior. That thing is just a crazy car. And this car just sold on Bring a Trailer as well, like literally yesterday. So that's also pretty cool. Here's a car that's been on the channel before, the Ford GTX-1, also owned by Chicago Motor Cars, one of only 37. This car is an absolute unicorn. This thing is so cool. Getting to see this thing at Cars and Coffee last year was an absolute honor. And it's even cooler now that the roof is off and it's just looking fantastic. It's got a huge Whipple underneath the hood, and like, just look at that. Ford GTs that are lowered look absolutely killer, and this car is certainly no exception to that rule. Looking beautiful. And also looking beautiful is another car that's been on the channel before, the Rosso Targa Diablo, one of only two in this color. It's a VT Roadster with the fixed headlights, and this pink is just amazing in the sun. Looks so vibrant, so pretty, and the white interior too. I mean, just killer. I think this is my favorite Diablo I've ever seen. I'm not a huge fan of the fixed headlight cars. I prefer the pop-ups, but in terms of the color and the spec, this thing is just amazing. 10 out of 10 right here. Here's a new garage that I've never seen before. Got a 488 Pista, a beautiful blue, I think blue Marabou GTC4 Lusso, and a 296 as well. Very nice. And behind the screen, and admittedly the wind, a very nice Huracan Technica. I don't know if you guys can hear the wind right now, but it is quite gusty out. And I know you people love Vipers on the channel, so here's a pretty cool Viper. ACR, one of one with anodized carbon, and this thing makes 1,600 horsepower. It's a Calvo car after all, so of course it's going to have some sauce, and this one's just very, very cool. And no stop at Iron Gate is complete without a quick look at the RLS collection. Now, I've gone more in depth in the past, but I gotta look at this Pagani Huayra Roadster again. The blue carbon with the white and tan interior looks so cool. Next to the Carrera GT and the P1, the SL65 Black, the cool, really nice 63 Vet next to the F40, and the pair of Ford GTs, and the Indy car on the wall. Just such a cool collection, and just love it here, and that Pagani is just gorgeous. And of course, two cars that have featured before, the Liquid Metal Silver 918 and the Miami Blue GT2 RS. Two regulars here at Iron Gate, but they look absolutely fantastic. And that green Macan's pretty cool too, along with that RS6. Very nice. And that's about it for Iron Gate. Lots of cool cars here. I'm in the Pure Sport, the Diablo, and the Ford GTX-1. And a bunch of cool collections. And if you want more in depth, as I said before, I've got a couple of other videos that I've done here in the past. But now let's cut to cold brew because I think it's going to be pretty good. And welcome to the next day at Cold Brew Cars and Coffee. Now, got a couple of beautiful Lamborghinis behind me, the Performante and the STO. But I have filmed this event twice in the past, as I mentioned before. So if you want a more in-depth as to the event and what sort of happens here, go to these two videos here. But let's take a walk around and see some of the cars at this month's Cold Brew Cars and Coffee. And my goodness, there's some good stuff. And some really good stuff's gonna show up as well. And while we're on the subject of this STO, this car featured in my auto show video that not many people watched, but this thing was on display in the Wintrust Supercar Gallery, and now it's here at Cars and Coffee. Someone's bought this car, and as per usual with STOs, it's got a wild color combination. Blue with red, that's something. But next to it is a Performante, and you don't see many Performantes around anymore. They were the car back in 2018. I mean, everyone had a Performante here, but now they are few and far between, so it's cool to see one. Oh, look at this 458 Spyder. One of my absolute dream cars, that is awesome. Haven't seen that around before, so that's new to the area. Also new to the area, speaking of 458s, check out this white one owned by my friend Ryan, who runs the show, and this thing is just awesome. White, black roof, and look at this interior, the carbon bucket seats with the gray Alcantara. I mean, this spec is really cool. This is one of my favorite specs I've ever seen on an Italia. I mean, look at that rear end, looking absolutely spectacular. And just look at this, I've never seen something like this. Gray painted brake calipers to match the interior. You can tell that the person who originally spec'd this car put a lot of love into this spec. It's not like some put together spec of like a red tan car. Like, this is genuinely awesome, and I love the plate too. Forza, huge Forza player myself. And white 458s, white Ferraris in general, always an absolute win, and this car is awesome. I mean, Ryan killed it with this one. This Viper featured earlier in the video in yesterday's Iron Gate show. The 1600 horsepower Calvo car back for yet another part of the video. And the golf cart pacing in something very special. Look at that blue Dino. That is spectacular. In comes the MC20 and the GT Black Series. I think the matte black always worked really well on the Black Series. It just looks super, super cool and sinister as well. It's got a nice idle to it. And here comes Perillo. They are the sponsor of this event today, and they are bringing some goodies. Got this Urus here. Also got this very nice green Evo Spyder and a matte purple STO. That looks absolutely spectacular. I mean, that's a very interesting spec. Not a contrast color on that, which I think I really, really like. And look at this Continental GT, gray with this red interior. It looks spectacular. V8 too. And the Spectre, driven by an old friend, Mr. Stone.
How you doing?
How's it going?
Good, good.
Riding the whip. Orange interior on that is very, very bold. And of course, a very nice Rolls-Royce Phantom.
Don't ask. I don't have any Grey Poupon.
Do you have any Grey Poupon?
Unfortunately, I don't.
Are you sure about that?
No pictures, no pictures.
Are you sure about that?
Man's too famous.
And if you like STOs, well, this is the place to be, because 4 are pulling in right now on top of what's already here. So now we're at over half a dozen. Got this white car with the red accents. That's a brand new one. That looks pretty nice. Got the Verde Selvins, or Citrea, Verde Citrea car. Livery, which looks absolutely spectacular because it's on silver wheels, which looks really, really nice. And then that red one as well. A lot of STOs here today. Also got the NSX Type S and the Audi R8 Performance, both exceptionally rare cars. And look at this color up close. I believe this is a Rancio Zonto, which is one of my favorite colors for the STO, and I think this would be my dream spec. It's just such a loud color. It's a red, it was red over there, and now it's orange over here, and it just looks almighty. This thing is super cool. What a top spec this car is. The lovely Grigio Titanio 458 is pulled in. Mr. Solcar, how you doing?
Those are awesome.
Dude, it's not bad.
Everyone's getting them.
Love that spec. And the SVJ as well. Making a lot of noise. That's cool. And that's about it for today. Lots of incredible cars in this video, both yesterday at Iron Gate and today at Cold Brew. And I mean, this STO is probably my dream spec STO. If I were to have an STO, this would be the one right here. It's just super cool. And this is a pretty good idea of all the supercar happenings in Chicago in a weekend. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, remember to like and subscribe. And until next time, guys, this is me, Patrick, the King of Cars. Thank you for watching. Take care. And off goes Perillo. Love the Spectre so much. Hope to get to film one of those in the not too distant future. I mean, that is one of my favorite cars out right now. It's a bit of a hot take, but I think electric is better for rolls. What do you think, Aiden?
I like it.
You like it?
I like it.
He likes it. The Lexus man likes it.
Oh no, bro.